I want to speak a little bit about disconnecting, um, disconnecting from, I guess, mainly the media, mainstream media, the news. Your news feed on your phone. Um, we get a lot of information thrown at us all the time. Every single second of the day, we're getting notifications. We're getting information sent to us. And a lot of us think that knowing all this stuff that's going on around the planet makes us feel like we're a part of something or makes us feel informed. But one of the issues, especially with mainstream media and news, is that they have an agenda that they're pushing onto you. They're feeding you certain kind of information to make you think a certain way, so that you can continue to be programmed by whatever it is that they're programming you with. You know, and I mean, knowing what's going on in the world isn't bad, but one of the issues is that we're doing it in an unconscious manner. We're not in a neutral state, so whatever we hear, it gets attached to our beliefs, and then we just blindly believe it. And the media says what it has to say to get you to watch. you know the news feed on your phone shows you what it wants to show you because it wants you glued to that phone. And so what I'm trying to say is that disconnecting from that every once in a while is really healthy, um because the more drama that you draw into your life by watching all the horrible stuff that's going on, the more negativity that you hold within you that affects you. It doesn't affect anybody else. It messes with you. It messes with the way that you feel. Constantly hearing about all this death and destruction and all the horrible things that people are having to go through. You know, it's one thing to have solidarity with people and to feel for them, to have empathy towards their issues, but it's another thing to just blindly believe and constantly have this information bombarding you on a day to day. It's not healthy, and you're not helping those people by making yourself feel bad for them. If you want to do something to help these people, then go do something. Join a charity, volunteer, you know, do what you got to do, but just don't sit on your phone or watch your TV and just blindly believe all the stuff that they're telling you. Try and disconnect, for a day, 2 days, whatever. And just take a second for yourself and change the energy within you to help change the energy without you. All right? Because the only way that the world can be better is if you start with yourself, to change the way that you think and change the way that you feel within you, so that the energy that's being put out is more positive than negative. All right? Constantly listening to the news and hearing all the horrible things, notice how that's all they talk about is death and destruction. All they want to tell you is the bad stuff because we're drawn to this drama. We're addicted to the negative aspect of our lives right now. And in order to break free of that, you need to take a break. I myself am constantly drawn into my news feed, and I just feel just I just don't feel like myself. If I spend an entire week just reading about all the nonsense going on in politics and all the decisions that people are making that have nothing to do with me, but everything to do with destroying other people. And once I draw away from that for a while and just focus on myself and do the things that I love to do and take a break, I can feel myself just being in a better place, mentally and emotionally, because as human beings, we want to feel empathy towards the people that are going through horrible things. And that's totally normal. And it's good, to send a prayer out, to send positive emotions out to help these people, but being constantly bombarded with this unnecessary information of like the people dying in your neighborhood, or, you know, just all the horrible things that they share with us on a day to day. It's not healthy. So I guess all I'm saying is try and take a break and see how that affects you. You know, take a second for yourself and just get away from all that information. All right, take a break, take a breath, and feel yourself, and change your energy from negative to positive. And use that to help change what's going on around you. Thank you for listening.